Hi, this is Laura Holyoke, and I have a part 2 to our introduction PowerPoint recordings for our first week in organization development. Mostly here, what I will do is talk about our syllabus and the assignments for the course. One of the things that I also want to introduce and tell you about is I have a student that is acting as a teaching assistant this summer semester. His name is G. And he will be working with me to read through your annotated notes for our section, and also he will be updating things. He will probably do an introduction, and so more as we go. But please know that he and I will be working together. So for each lens that we cover, and we'll be covering 4 lenses, what you will do is complete the assigned reading from our Bowman and Deal text, watch the recorded PowerPoint presentation that's associated with the lens, partake in an ensuing discussion, and then submit annotated content notes from your discussion and readings. So the ensuing discussions happen real time. They can be face-to-face, they can be online with something like Zoom or Skype, whatever works for you. They can be via a phone, a conference call, or one-to-one phone conversations. What I like for you to do is post a pre-discussion note, so the date and time and place you would like to meet. It may be an open invitation to your classmates. That you can email through our BB Learn website, maybe that you've contacted 1 or 2 people in the ensuing discussion preferences. And so the discussion itself should contribute directly to your annotated content notes, and you talk about your understandings of the lens or frame, how it applies in different areas of your life or organizations that you work in. Something that you may not understand that your discussion mate or mates may understand, or your understanding of it. This is really time for some social learning, and I find that people tend to learn more deeply when they have more than one brain contributing to the discussion. For the post-discussion, please have one person from your discussion group submit a list of participants, the date and place of the discussion, and upload a brief summary, 3 to 5 bullet points about your discussion. And if you have any questions, please email me that anything that your group has. Your annotated content notes for each lens or frame, you will submit annotated content notes. And in these notes, please include a summary of the frame or lens in your own words, as if you were describing it to somebody that you're trying to teach it to. And then 5 to 8 important concepts that you've learned from the frame or lens, or about the frame or lens. So to explain that concept, one example might be structural dilemmas, or in structural dilemmas, the lack of clarity versus lack of creativity. Please also include the author or authors of the concept, and then provide an example of an organizational issue and how the frame lens concept can inform the issue. I have an example here for you. I'm using the Johari window as an example, and this would be used in the trifocal lens. It can be used both for individuals and for groups. So the Johari window is a technique used to help people better understand the relationship with themselves and others. In the upper right-hand corner, you can see the Johari window is comprised of 4 different quadrants. The first one is the arena, which is a public and open arena. So you would go on to explain this. I've done this in these bulleted points. And then this is, the concept was authored by Joseph Luft and Harry Ingram. Actually, Johari window would be the proper pronunciation for it, because it's a combination. The Johari window is a combination of their first 2 names. And then in applying this idea, So the organization issue may be that there are poor communications, mistrust, confusion that is rampant in a working group or in several working groups. And the Johari window and use of this. So this would be an intervention technique, but also the first part of it is an analysis technique, or when you're finding a problem that's going on. The idea that leaders have responsibility to promote a culture and expectation for open, honest, positive, helpful, constructive, sensitive communications. And so encouraging the positive development of the open area or open self for everyone is a simple fundamental aspect of effective leadership. And this can be done in several ways in organizations. But this is how I would like for your annotated content notes to be submitted. For the final paper, actually the only paper in our course, you will use the movie The Devil Wears Prada to analyze the organizational issues you can find through each one of the lenses and describe them as if you're looking through a lens. So the paper, you'll do an introduction to the frames, lenses, and the idea of reframing and how you will apply them in the paper, an overview or summary of the movie. And then for each frame or lens, introduce how it can be applied in organizations. Identify a situation or issue from the movie and apply the lens to explain or inform what is happening. And then a summary / conclusion. So I'll go into more details about your application paper, but just know that this is coming. And also, if you want to prepare ahead of time for this, something great to watch in the first week, during this week of class, and you can use it then in your ensuing discussions to pull out issues from each frame or lens. The paper will be not to exceed 20 pages. That includes references. Chapter 20 gives you an application example from the Bowman and Deal text. This is a school example, but I think most people can see how I would like for you to do this in an organization from The Devil Wears Prada. This is also a scholarly assignment, so I ask that you use APA format 6th edition. Again, I will be providing more details about this lens application paper as we go. Here's a written example that uses the Johari window. You want to take time to read that. And then finally, if you have any questions about the course, about what I'm doing or what I've overlooked, will you please ask? I've been teaching for a lot of years, and I still cannot read students' minds. I still, even though everything may seem clear in my mind, it doesn't always come across clear. So if you have a question or comment or insight, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you are here and glad that you run this class.